other city in America has this kind of place. No city in America had this kind of a ball player. What a special honor it was to play on a baseball team and be a teammate of Roberto Clemente's and watch him play the game of baseball. When I first came up, I was totally intimidated by him. And finally, when I felt like it was going to be okay to be a teammate and good enough, I did approach him and I said, Roberto, if I ever get traded, I am going to pitch you inside, because every National League pitcher pitches you away and you hit 350 every year. And then he said to me, Blas, if you pitch me inside, I will hit the ball to Harrisburg. Good talk. So I slunk back to my locker, but I got to know him, I got to be a friend. He was just the greatest example of a World Series MVP you could ever want. After everything had settled down, he was on the plane, he came up through the plane, I was sitting by the window and said, Blas, let me embrace you, come out here. And I would have climbed over 6 elephants to get to him. And he's giving me an embrace, and I will never forget it. We didn't say a word, I just hung on. So what a treasure we have had to know him, to have in our city, to represent the city, and be a part of the University of Baseball. We are here to support the Clemente Museum and support it big time because it is a treasure in our city, absolute treasure. So if you haven't been here, you can support us initially, and then you need to come here. You need to be here to see what is included in this building. So welcome to a very, very special night. I'm looking forward to hearing from all his friends, a lot of his admirers, some family members, and we hope you certainly enjoy the evening. I know I will.
Hey, thank you very much, Steve. You are awesome and we love you, and you've been a big supporter of this museum since day one. My name is Dwayne Reeder. I'm the founder of the Clemente Museum here in Pittsburgh. I want to welcome you guys tonight to our virtual fundraiser. We have to reinvent ourselves, and we've been working really hard here at the museum to get you some new material to do our Tour Tuesdays and to film little clips of the museum here and there. Some things you don't get to see when you come here on a tour because the tour takes an hour and a half and we don't have 5 hours to show you every little piece. So we want to keep Roberto's legacy alive here at the museum. And we've been working very hard with our 21 masks. We do the Red Cross mask and we donate money to the Red Cross. So thank you very much. Stay tuned. We got some great guests coming up, and get your wine open and we'll see you in a little bit.
If you're in Pittsburgh visiting or you happen to live there, one of the really great things you can do is to visit the Roberto Clemente Museum. You can learn a lot about not just the man himself, but about the city and baseball. This is a guy who was a humanitarian and one of the truly greatest players ever. He died being an honest-to-goodness hero, helping other people. Retired 21.
Hi, I'm Holt McCallany from the Netflix series Mindhunter, and I want to invite you to support the Roberto Clemente Museum in Lawrenceville. It's a special place, which is why I spent so much of my time there when I was in Pittsburgh. It's got an amazing collection of sports memorabilia dedicated to one of Pittsburgh's greatest athletes, incredible photography because Dwayne Reeder is a master photographer and a master winemaker. So you can tour the museum, see all the memorabilia, see the photography, and then have a wine tasting. Where else can you do that? Only at the Roberto Clemente Museum.
Welcome to Engine House 25 Wines down below the Clemente Museum. And that's what makes this place very unique, is that we have a winery down underneath the museum. I happen to be the curator of the museum and the winemaker. I'm a lucky guy. I got the best job in the world. Hey, so we've got our 3 wines out, and I wanted to tell you to get them open, get them in 3 separate glasses, let them breathe a little bit, and then we're gonna taste throughout the show and see what you guys think and see if you can guess what varietals they are. So we've got a little of our Tyon secret wine. Josh Bell, our 100th member of our club, the Clemente Society, which helps support the Clemente Museum. And so that's a good way to do a little combination of the 2 companies together. And Jerome Bettis was kind enough to buy a barrel of wine for his foundation, the bus stops here. So we've got some great members in our club, and it's a good way to be connected and to get to use the space down here and possibly sneak into the Savelli cigar room. So get your wine out, get ready, we're gonna come back at you.
Hi everyone, my name is Joe Musgrove, right-handed pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm here today at the Roberto Clemente Museum. There's a couple reasons why this place is so special to me. When I came here in 2018, I didn't know anything about the city. But our catcher, Francisco Cervelli, told me about this guy, Dwayne, up in Pittsburgh, who owned the Roberto Clemente Museum. And being a baseball player growing up, everyone knows who Roberto Clemente was. And he was kind of like an idol that everyone looked up to and everyone wanted to be like. So when I got up here, the first place I came was to the museum. And I sat with Dwayne for a couple hours down in his wine cellar. And we shared a cigar and a couple glasses of wine. And for hours we told stories, and I got to learn the true history of Roberto Clemente and what he meant to this city. And it's stuck with me ever since. This place is very special to me, and Dwayne himself is very special to me.
To me, there are so many aspects of Clemente the man. And I think maybe one of my favorites was how he dealt with children. As we all know, he could be stern and intimidating at times to approach. But when he was in the locker, I would watch him. I saw him soften. He was one of these guys that I think it was a playful time for him. It wasn't a formal interview. He didn't have to be accurate all the time. He could have some fun. And it just made the kids feel so comfortable that a superstar like Clemente could get down on one knee and relate to them and make them feel welcome in a major league clubhouse. So yeah, he had a lot of fun with the kids, and it was just great to see. But also in his clinic work, when he had kids around him that were trying to learn the game of baseball, he just went chapter and verse, had great patience with the kids because he had that foundation of liking what he was doing. So it was fun for him at that teaching level where he could talk to the kids about sliding or being aware of what the count was or what the score might be or where they should be thinking about what they're going to do when the ball came to them in a given situation. But also, I think he loved to teach. And I think in my heart, were he alive right now, he would still be teaching the children.
Hello, my name is Nelson Cooper IV. I'm the co-founder and executive director of Pittsburgh Hardball Academy. The Clemente Museum has been a great partner for us because our program strives to be larger than just a softball or just a baseball program. We really want to include the community service aspect of life into our program. And given that, the Clemente Museum was a natural partner given all the great works that Roberto did throughout his life and the ways that the museum keeps his legacy alive.
Roberto Clemente inspires us to do a lot of things in the community.
He inspires me. He's a leader for us Latinos, Hispanic people. He was just so good. I just feel like I want to be just like him.
Hello friends, I'm Jason Riley with Tickets for Kids Charities. I'm so pleased to have this opportunity to tell you about the partnership between us and the Roberto Clemente Museum, and why it's so important in helping us to achieve our mission. Over the last several decades, Tickets for Kids has worked to make sure that all kids have access to the inspiration, education, and sense of community and inclusion that takes place inside ticketed venues. And the Roberto Clemente Museum is one of the most important partnerships in achieving that. Not only was Clemente a tremendous baseball player, but he was one of the rarer people who leverages those talents to do good in our communities. And so for kids to be inspired by those actions is so important, especially those kids who are least likely to have access to that kind of inspiration.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Judy Smith-Schuster here. Just to let you guys know, Clemente is such a big part of our Pittsburgh history. The Clemente Museum shows you who he really was. For more information, please go check out the ClementeMuseum.com. Check it out, baby.
Hey guys, it's Josh Bell here, just here to talk about the Clemente Museum. As you might know, it's a great place. Come here and learn about the legacy of Roberto Clemente, about what he represented, his sacrifice, and what he means to the community. This place is great, you know. Teams come in from all over the world, find themselves here learning about who he was, what he represented. Whenever we're in town, we try to show up as much as we can, and I think spots like this definitely need to continue to grow in this community, so if you can look into your heart to help it through these tough times of COVID-19. I know we're all bunkered down right now, but if you can give what you can, I think it would be great. God bless, and let's go Bucks.
The #1 wine, the Josh Bell Mystery Wine. So you want to get the bottle open and get it breathing, but then you want to give that, you want to aerate it a little bit, and that's why you swirl the wine. You want to get some oxygen in there and get a good nose on it and be able to. We're going to have a nice, check out the bouquet, get it swirling, get it out of the, get some oxygen going in there, and have a little taste. Keep a mental note of what you're tasting. A little bit of black fruit in there, like black cherry. That nose super vanilla, which is like the French oak barrel that it came out of. And anybody who knows me, you know I'm using American oak, Hungarian oak, and French oak. And these wines have gone through all three. So number one, not high in alcohol. So when you look at the legs, you're not going to see big giant legs on this one. This one's kind of low in alcohol, but these other two, not so low. So number one.
Just looking at this bottle, love the print that Dwayne made. Love everything that they do at Engine House. Actually have a glass poured here. Gonna try to help you guys figure this one out. I would say that there is a big, strong, oaky finish. A lot of bold fruit flavors, fruity notes. Definitely packs a punch. You can definitely taste a lot of full-bodied fruit notes when you first get a swig. Good luck figuring this one out. Hopefully I can help. Let's raise some money. Let's go Bucks.
I'm Franco Harris, and we're doing a fundraiser for the Roberto Clemente Museum. It is so important that we keep Roberto's spirit alive. Roberto, his baseball skills, his humanitarian effort, a good man who gave so much to make the world a better place. So please give to keep Roberto's spirit alive. And to help you give, we have this Super Magnum bottle of wine. And this is to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Super Bowl IX. My favorite Super Bowl because it's the Steelers' first Super Bowl and we won, and also I was MVP. So please give to make a difference, and please give to keep Roberto's spirit alive.
Well, hello there. My name's Eddie Vedder. I'm the singer in a band called Pearl Jam, and I'm here in Seattle wearing my 21 t-shirt that anybody who's seen us play live in the last 6 years or so, this is one of my favorites to wear. Not just because I like it as a shirt and it feels good, but because of what it represents. And it came from this place that is not only my favorite place in Pittsburgh, my favorite place in Pennsylvania, one of my top 3 favorite places in the United States of America, and one of my top 5 places on the whole planet Earth, and that is the Clemente Museum. This place, for those of you who don't know, it is heaven on earth, especially if you love Roberto Clemente, which I do, and if you love baseball, which I do. And then to top it off, they make their own wine in the basement. So if you love red wine, which I do, it's a trifecta, unparalleled, and it could be one of the greatest nights of your life to go spend some time there. So I'm joining part of this wonderful team, kind of a family team of all those who also love the museum and support our good friend Dwayne, the proprietor, who's taken incredible care to make a absolutely extraordinary place. It is a powerful place to be, and it fills you with energy and fills you with memories of an incredible human being, which was Roberto. You have to visit. And when we play, I sometimes see people in the crowd wearing the same shirt, and I'm always excited to think that they've either visited or have done some research and ordered some t-shirts. Or I'm very proud to be one of the teams spreading the word, along with many heroes of mine, from the great Franco Harris, my pal Anthony Rizzo, my great friend Sean Casey, all just great humans. They all have that in common. It seems like people come together under the umbrella of Roberto, and they all have something in common. And I think that's because they know his quote that, you know, anytime you have an opportunity to do some good in this world, if you don't do it, if you don't take that opportunity, then you're simply wasting your time on earth. It's a powerful quote of his, and everybody I mentioned is worked hard to make a difference. What else can I say? Everyone's been hit really hard with all these world issues that we're dealing with in the pandemic, and you know, the museum could use a little help to keep afloat, and it's a magical place. If you have any way you can help out or you can participate in this little bit of a fundraiser, from me personally, and I know all the other fellas and people involved, we certainly are grateful.
Let's go to number 2. This is my man, the bus, Jerome Bettis. He's been here many times drinking wine with me. He's taken about 10 years to pick his wine, create the label. We've worked hard on this to make this good because he uses it for the Bus Stops Here Foundation. We've been tasting wine together for a long time, probably 20 years now. I bet you 20 years. And this one here is pretty special. Probably one of our biggest sellers in the building. That's a hint. This one here is, it's one of my favorites. I know it's Jerome's favorite. This one has a nice note of a little bit of dark fruit, some cherry, a little bit of leather. It's got a little oak. I wouldn't say it has the vanilla hint of number 1 as strong, but it still has a little bit of that, little nutty. And what I recommend is having a taste of all 3, going through the lineup, then doubling back and revisiting the wines, and they're going to change as they get out of that bottle, and they're going to aerate a little bit. And so have that taste, do your swirl. This one here's got some nice dark fruit as well. All the wines kind of in this building. There's nothing on the light side really. That one, number 1, is the lightest of the group, but it's still a full-bodied wine. So these are all going to have like the dark fruit. It's going to be blackberry. It's going to have dark cherry, a little bit of blueberry maybe. This one, not as much vanilla on the nose, a little less, maybe a little nuttier. That means maybe Hungarian oak. I'm going to have another little revisit. Jerome, take it away. Tell us what you think.
Jerome Bettis here. And I want to give a special thanks to Engine House 25. Dwayne, incredible job with the picture, but more importantly, an incredible job with the wine. Aged 2.5 years in French and Hungarian oak. It has been a treat to drink. Full body, rich, but still smooth and silky. Impressive wine for an impressive foundation, I hope. But more importantly, I want to talk about the Roberto Clemente Museum. In Pittsburgh, I think it's a staple and it needs to be there. So we need to do everything that we can to support and enrich so people can come and see the history and the legacy that's been created by Roberto Clemente. So hopefully we all get a chance to go and visit. Special thanks to Engine House 25 for engineering an incredible bottle of wine. And I just want to say thanks. Take care.
Hi, I'm Mel Blunt, former Pittsburgh Steeler, 4-time Super Bowl champion, and NFL Hall of Famer. I'm here at the Roberto Clemente Museum. It is in recognition of one of the great athletes of our time, and probably the greatest athlete in the history of Pittsburgh. This museum means so much to Pittsburgh and to the people who come and visit in recognition of Roberto Clemente.
Hi everybody, this is Alana Rizzo, host and reporter for the Los Angeles Dodgers on Sportsnet LA. I just wanted to say I am so thrilled that we actually had the first step, hopefully, in what is a movement to retire number 21. Obviously, unfortunately, I never got to meet Roberto Clemente. I never got to see him play, but you didn't need to meet the man to know how special he was on and off the field. Last year, when the Dodgers were playing the Pirates in Pittsburgh, I had an opportunity to have an off day, and I spent that off day at the Roberto Clemente Museum. To say that I was overwhelmed with how many amazing things are in that museum is an absolute understatement. I felt walking in there, though, that I could feel Roberto Clemente's passion for everything about everybody else, everything that he did for everybody else, the true humanitarian that he was, a man that is an absolute legend, not only in Puerto Rico, but around the world, not just with baseball. Roberto Clemente means so much to so many people. And if it weren't for him, I wouldn't have the job that I have today. He, of course, alongside Jackie Robinson, paving the way for minorities in the game of baseball. I am truly indebted to Roberto Clemente, and I'm so thankful I had the opportunity to meet some members of his family last year. If you are ever in the Pittsburgh area, I highly recommend you take some time to visit the Roberto Clemente Museum. I know it was a day that changed my life.
Here in the 11th annual fundraiser for the Roberto Clemente Museum, definitely one of the most special places in the world when it comes to Clemente. I'm telling you right now that we're very proud of having this jewel in Pittsburgh, and for all the next generations of kids that are learning about baseball and humanity, this is a place to be. I can tell you that I have some sweat equity myself. Dwayne and I pulled some wires through this building from the very beginning, and to see what it has become, it is truly an action and a work of love, as I always call it. But very, very happy that we have this crown jewel in Pittsburgh. Please support it. Being able to continue Dad's legacy through this work, it means a lot to other people in Pittsburgh and all around the world.
Hi friends, Luis Roberto Clemente from the Sports Museum in Puerto Rico. Here we currently have hosting the exhibit of the Clemente Museum from Pittsburgh, and also we created another area as a tribute to Mom. We're very proud of what Dad was able to accomplish, but also we're extremely fortunate to have Mom as our tutor. She took care of us. She made sure she would raise us the way Dad would have wanted, and also to continue his legacy. This is why we do what we're doing today through the Roberto Clemente Foundation, and we're so proud to say we're also Vera's sons. So I thank everyone for being there tonight. We're there in spirit and soul.
So the museum's built in an old firehouse in Lawrenceville, Pennsylvania. I bought it as for my photography studio. While I'm buying the building in 1994, I'm doing a calendar on Roberto Clemente, and that's where I get to fly to Puerto Rico and meet Vera. And when I meet Vera, my life changed. And I spent 10 years of collecting photos and negatives and transparencies and footage, and it grew and grew and grew, and in 2006, Vera asked if I would host a Clemente family party here. So I moved my photography studio upstairs and did all this just for her party. And Vera was like, Dwayne, it's like a museum now. And I was like, oh, that sounds so good, museum. So I started giving tours the day after her party, and we've never stopped.
I'm gonna ask you one more favor. I'm gonna ask you, if you can, to raise a toast to whatever you might have nearby, and join all of us in raising a toast to Vera Clemente. Vera, you left us less than a year ago. You remain with us. Your class, your dignity, your undying efforts and success in maintaining the legacy of your husband, Roberto. So Vera, in your honor and your memory, we raise this toast to a very, very special lady.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites because it's got his wife Vera on it. Vera passed away just last November at 78, and she worked very close with Dwayne, as does the family, to keep Roberto's spirit and energy and memory alive.
Vera, here's to you and keeping Roberto's legacy alive all those years. You worked so hard, and we were just a small part of it, and we thank you for letting us go along for the ride. Thank you very much.
Y entonces, otra cosa, que él no podía, si él iba para deprisa, para algún lugar que lo estuvieran esperando, y él veía en el camino a alguien que él podía ayudar, él se detenía, que esperaran por él, se detenía y ayudaba a esa persona y no llegaba al sitio hasta que no ayudara a esa persona que estaba en ese problema. Le gustaba compartir y hacer chistes y cosas.
Number 3, we're going north of the border. So have a little hint of this. And I don't know if anybody has seen it, but you know, the EH25, you know what Mario Lemieux said? 25, huh? Well, that's pretty cool. That's for us Canadians. And I was like, well, it also means Engine House 25. So we were kind of lucky to put that on our glasses. Jameson, tell us what you think. He's an expert. This guy's been tasting wine. He knows his wines. He's been working it very hard. So Jameson, this one's something special. You know, it came out of the Hungarian oak barrels. His parents are Hungarian and they're Canadian, but he was born in America, hence the label. We came up with that design. It's pretty darn cool. He was happy with it. So take it away, Jameson, and give us a couple hints.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Pirates pitcher Jameson Taillon. I'm over here drinking a glass or maybe a bottle of this wonderful wine that Engine House and Dwayne has made over at the Clemente Museum. This is one of my favorite wines, and as you can see, I chose to make a barrel of it. I've enjoyed it over the years, so I'm gonna pour up a little glass here. You know, when Dwayne came to me with this wine, I was tasting different wines for what my barrel was gonna be, and when I tasted this, I knew it was gonna be the one. It's finished in Hungarian oak barrels, which is important to me, or it really hit home with me at least because my grandmother was Hungarian and she was really into wine. So it felt like there was a deep connection there. So I'm gonna have a glass. I hope you guys enjoy. Delicious. Cheers.
And to finish up my little part of the evening, let me just say this place means so much to me. It should mean so much to the city of Pittsburgh, and it means so much to Pirate fans and the fans of baseball. If you love baseball, if you love the Pittsburgh Pirates, if you love and continue to love Roberto Clemente, support this place. You can make a difference in supporting one of the real gems in our city. It is important that we keep this alive for Roberto Clemente, number 21. We all do our part. This is going to remain one of the great gems in Pittsburgh.
Okay, we're coming back at you, and hopefully you have your guesses in. 1, 2, 3, write them down. Hopefully you get at least one right. I don't think anybody's ever got all 3 right, so don't feel bad if you don't. Number 1, Sangiovese. The grape is from Napa Valley, from the Lanza Vineyard. Typically a Italian grape, but grown in America now. This one's pretty special. Definitely has a strong hint of vanilla on that. Number 2, this is the big one for us. It's technically the Clemente Cabernet, but now the Jerome Bettis Cabernet. The bus stops here. Pretty awesome. This is a good one. And number 3, anybody guess it? Cab Franc. Jameson's is a Cab Franc. I know the Pirates, you guys all got the Jameson because you know what he likes. So there they go, Sangiovese, Cab Franc. 3 big ones right there. So there you have it, all 3 of the wines. You know, pretty interesting, a little bit of fun. And we thank Jameson, Josh, and Jerome. And it's been fun making these wines, you know, and if you're interested in coming down and tasting or helping us make a wine, you can come and join in and maybe buy a barrel, buy a bottle, buy a case, support. This helps, you know, keep this whole, the building going. And so thanks for watching and have a good night.
What's up, guys? Hey guys, Jason Court, winemaker Evidence Wines here. Chris Carpenter, winemaker from La Coya Wines. We're giving you a shout here from Napa, California. We've got a little clarity in the smoke here, but just wanted to give a shout out to Dwayne Reeder and the Clemente Museum in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is truly a destination spot. If you've never been there, it's a miraculous place to go and hang out and to be involved with somebody like Dwayne, who's passionate about baseball as he is. It's a beautiful place. Highly recommend it. We're going to donate a bottle each from our favorite appellation, Mount Peter, towards this effort. If you want to auction that off, Dwayne, feel free. We'll figure it out. We'll send you a couple bottles signed from us. You know, the Clemente Museum means so much, not only to the history of baseball, but to Latinos in the sport of baseball, and I hope that you all find a way to contribute. Cheers. Cheers. Enjoy.
Hello, everybody. I'm former Pittsburgh Pirate Al Oliver. We want to keep this history going in the city of Pittsburgh. It's a great thing, and as we know, we all love Roberto. He's a teammate of mine, and I know the importance of what Roberto Clemente meant to young players like myself and Sanguin and Hebner and Doc Ellis, to the whole team, and what he meant to the city of Pittsburgh and to the game of baseball.
Hola, le habla Manny Sanguillén de los Piratas de Pittsburgh. Roberto, yo jugué con Roberto Clemente. Fuimos uno de los mejores amigos y Roberto Clemente tiene el mejor museo de Pittsburgh. Así que cuando vayan allá, miren que es el ídolo más grande que hemos tenido aquí, que representó a los latinos. El día de hoy está dedicado a Clemente y nosotros vamos a pelear para que le retiren el nombre. Que Dios me los guarde a todos y la bendición y que tengan un buen rato. Hasta luego.
Hey, thank you very much for following along with us, and we know it was very unique, you know, what's going on right now, and so thank you. And thank you, Vera. Thank you, Vera, for inspiring us to do this here and help keep Roberto's legacy alive. And right there, that's doing it. One image. If a photo's worth 1,000 words, that one's worth 21,000.
But I believe that every human being is equal. And we are living in a really fast life. But I think that we can help to have our difficulties, solve our difficulties at home too. If we can give a little love and more attention to our home, our kids, our family, and our neighbors, I think that we are brothers because you are somebody. So I'm very proud to be a ball player. I said before, I think it's the greatest life. I won't change this life or anything else. So I'm glad I came here tonight, and God bless all of you. Thank you.
I'm just doing all my best to, not just all the people in Pittsburgh that we love, but all the people in Pennsylvania and everywhere that we're missing right now. But we'll get through this. And can I just take this moment to apologize for my haircut or lack of. I've been social distancing from the barber. Safety first. Look, I got the game going on behind me. It's actually in front of me, but you can see it behind me. So, like I said, if you can check out the auction, support the museum. They do great things and they're great people. And I'm happy to be partnered with so many great people. And Franco, thank you for sending me that lovely video message. It meant the world to me. Franco Harris. Longboat captain, take the reins, steer us towards the clear. I know it's already been sung, can't be said enough. Love is all you need, all you need is love, love,
money.